fix the sound. Give me 1 second. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Gotta fix that sound before we get yelled at again. Alright, I think we got it. Give me 1 second. Try that again. Alright. Can y'all hear me? Make sure that I got it on the right camera. Make sure I got it on the right spot. Can y'all hear me this morning? Yep, I can hear me on my own. Okay, let's turn up the lights a little bit. A little dark. We don't need it that dark. All right. Good morning. Happy Sunday. There we go. There we go. Awesome sausages. All right. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, as I say every single Sunday. I sound like a broken record, but good morning. My name is Nikki Adamkowitz. I am the Sassy Subber, and today we're going to be talking about all things Ryder Digital Works. We're also going to be, on the last half of the show, going to talk about my visit to the Impressions Expo, some of the things that I found, so just a quick overview of that show in Atlantic City that I was just at, so stay tuned for all of that. But first, we're going to get to Ryder Digital Works. All right. So here's the thing. As you guys know, Ryder Digital Works came out, Melanie Ryder, came out with the mini type of wind chime. This is probably, we'll call this the standard, if you will. This is her standard wind chime. It comes in round, it comes in paw print. It also comes, she has a next level. You see where I just went with that? Anyway, she has a next one, there's a 6-inch, so this is a 3.5-inch. She has a 6-inch round. Well, let me tell you, she came out with the help of a friend, she came out with some new shapes that are called her premium line. Now, the premium line, you get 6 chimes, even though the packaging does say 5, but we got 6 chimes instead of the 5 tubes. They are a thicker metal, they're a bigger image, and they're actually custom cut shapes that we had done for Mel. So let me show you. Peep the packaging. Because you know what? I always get the first one, and then she changes it up on me. Now, she has different levels, so she has her rounds in the paw print, and then she has a midsection, which is the Lighthouse. That's right, she's got a Lighthouse one. The Lighthouse does have 5 5 holes for the Lighthouse, and she will also have an oval. The oval's on its way. But let me tell you what other fun shapes she has. She has, let's open these all up. So let's talk about this packaging for a second. We're going to flip the camera. So let's talk about the packaging, all right? Here we go. So in this packaging, you will see, now this is, like I said, a heavier metal. So this is actually the camper. I have to finish my designs for those. You'll be able to find the designs at the Sassy Subber on Etsy. This is the only one that's not up there currently, but I will be posting more. So this is a camper one. It has 6 holes, as you can see at the bottom, even though this says 5. She just uses the same cards. Disregard that, all right? This is basically for you. This isn't for your client. You're not going to hand this off to your client, so don't worry about it. So here's her wind chime information. What you get in the kit. Now remember, I need you to think about some things, okay? When you're looking at buying these, she did all the work for you. She went and found all the rings. She went and found all the hangers. She went and found all the chimes for you. Sat and painstakingly cut all of the thread for you. That's right, we've upgraded to thread for these. Because these are a heavier chime, we did upgrade it to the, let's see if I can, there we go. we did upgrade it to the thread instead of the filament. All right, the filament comes in the smaller ones because they're lightweight. These guys needed a little more bang for your buck. So not only that, these guys are bigger. So the standard wind chimes are a smaller tube. The premium not only has a larger tube, but it also has a longer tube. So it, you know, it's a little bit more robust, if you will, for this. So let's move this out of the way. So you get 6 of these. Let's get these in height order because, you know, your girl's not about the... I'm going to mess this up. So I will sit and put these in the correct order. So when I go to... There we go. Oops. Of course it's going to do that, right? It's because I'm playing with it. So here is what those chimes look like. And whatnot. So again, when you're getting these, okay, you're gonna get a premium product. Premium product comes with a little bit of a premium price. Why? Because you've got more chimes, you've got bigger chimes, you've got the full kit, you've got, this is UV, all of her stuff is UV safe. So you have a UV coating on the top of this, so they're made for outdoors. They're going to last. They are a thicker metal, all right? So just keep that in mind, and she's already done all the work for you, so you don't have to. Don't ask me price point, that's on you guys. All right, so we have, like I said, we have the camper. The 2 we're gonna press today, and I'm actually gonna do one design on one side and one design on another, but I will show you that, is the sunflower and the cardinal, or the bird, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put a cardinal on one side. I'm putting a blue jay on the other. I'm going to show you why, and we're going to talk about that. You do have to flip these in your design program. We'll talk about that in a few. Another one, let's see, let's open this one up. What is this one? This one's the flag. So the flag design is just that, is a flag design, right? But, you know, I can never leave well enough alone, and I also made it into a book. So you will see in my section of my shop at the Sassy Summer, this is the shape, but I also made it look like a book. So it could be a couple different items. Can you keep going further with the shape? Sure you can. It doesn't have to be a flag, but we can then make it the flag for your nationality. Instead of just an American flag, we could do an Italian flag. You know, we can make it work for you. So we'll just have the designers in on that one for you. Let's see. Gotta make sure these are all heavy. Okay. Then we have the Lighthouse. I have the Lighthouse. This is a step, although it is made of the same metal, it is a step lower in her price point. So this is the Lighthouse. Not much personalization you can do it on it. You can do it on here if you want to, but really the Lighthouse is just, it's a pretty standard. It does come with 5 holes instead of 6, and it does come with the smaller flutes, I believe. Oh no, it does come with the bigger flutes. Who knew? So there you go for that. Again, the metal is just totally top notch. So let me clean up my mess for a second. All right. I would like to say before we get started any further, today is a very special day here at the Sassy Summer, and I just saw her pop on. So, yay! Let's give it to the ladies as I normally do. Let's say good morning to Jody and Jess. I wasn't sure either one of them would be in today. Jody had shoulder surgery. There's a tongue twister. But let's stop with that. Today's Jody's birthday. So let's light it up. Everybody say happy birthday to Miss Jody, who not only is trying to heal from her surgery last week, but she has shown up to the party over on YouTube. And so let's say good morning and happy birthday to Jody this morning. So good morning, sunshine. And I would also like to say thank you to the friends who I have also helping out so that Jody could take a rest. It's hard for her to type with one hand. So I have Cheyenne and Dawn and Mary and all the rest of the sounding board. You guys, thank you so much for, you know, helping out so that the girls could take some respite themselves. So thank you for all of your help there as well. So light it up, light it up. As you guys are lighting it up, and I would like to say good morning to Sawgrass Ambassador Lori, who is back from vacation, which means I get to use and abuse, as I typically do. So good morning, Lori. If you have any Sawgrass questions, please make sure that you head over to the Sawgrass Users Group, and that's run by Lori. She has YouTube special, and she has a YouTube Zoom, she does have a YouTube channel, but she also has a Zoom class on every Wednesday night. So if you are new and you have a Sawgrass, she's your go-to gal. I don't teach anything about printers. That's just not in my wheelhouse. So there you go. So good morning to all three of those ladies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jody's like, I'm here, I'm alive. Thank you, guys. So let's talk about this, okay? Let's get into, and yes, if you're wondering, the Sass is strong with this one. Okay, this was given to me by a member. It is 100% true. So let's push all of this aside. We'll put these little findings together. I have my thread. We're not going to do this one. I want to talk to you about the image, okay? So what is our time, temp, and pressure on this? It is $3.95 for 75. I'm going to explain why. We're going to use the pocket method. We did the same thing on the wind spinners because it's made out of the same metal. We're going to do the same for this. What is the pocket method? Well, couple things first. First of all, when you get your image from me, you get one. When you want to press the backside, you have to flip it. We do not mirror our words. We just mirror the image. Let me repeat that. You mirror the image. The best way to show this are the birds. Even though this is on the same thing, the birds have to be, so when you're pressing it this way, in order for this to work, you're going to have to flip this over in order for it to work. We do not mirror our words, okay? So you should not be able to read your words on both sides, but you mirror the image, not the words, okay? So your words should be backwards on both sides, if that makes sense, right? Words backwards on both sides, but you want to make sure that these guys are flipped, all right? I hope that's a better visual, because again, if you go to press two of these, if you're going to do a cardinal on both sides, and you press them side by side, it's not going to work. So make sure you have two cardinals looking at each other, all right? And then it's a little bit trickier on the sunflower, but you will see you have to make sure that you do it that way. Again, if I were to put wording, the wording would be backwards here. Remember, you're going to mirror that. All right, so are we understanding it? Do we kind of get that? You'll know it as soon as you print it. So you should never be able to read your words for these on either side, but the images should face each other so that you know it's correct. All right, I'm going to show you this pocket method. What is the pocket method? Well, the pocket method is just that. You're making a pocket and you're sticking your substrate in. First things first, though, I do want to go over and make sure I have enough pressure on here. Perfect. Okay. And boy, does metal heat up fast when you put it in a 400-degree heat press. Woo, Nelly. Okay. Let's get that off and cool it down for a second. Whew. Okay. So, what is your pocket method? The pocket method is so that you're literally pressing the substrate on both sides at the same time. Here is why. Any double-sided metal product will off gas. So you're going to dull your image on your first side. If you go to press this one at a time, you're going to dull your image on the front side. That is the nature of the beast when it comes to pressing metal. That's with any metal. I don't care who tells you otherwise. It will off gas onto your paper. So let's prevent that and let's work on this pocket method. It's not as hard as you think. Now, for me, I could sit here and I could look into the light, Nikki, and you can line it up into the light, okay? There's that method, okay, which you can totally go like this and do. Now, another method is, hold on one second. Oh. So for the Lighthouse, I was just getting a message from Mel. For the Lighthouses, they do have these smaller tubes. They do not have the bigger tubes because it's a smaller blank, okay? So I just wanted to clarify that. All right, another method. If you're not really good at lining things up, come up through here. Now, what I will do is literally trim this because I have a bleed on here, and I'll come around the corner. I want to make my life a lot easier. So when I designed these substrates for Mel, I knew what I was going to have to do. I knew I showed up for this. Okay. So I want to come all the way around because we're going to stick our stuff inside. And I'm going to show you how I literally will put it over here, and you're going to watch me do it. But I'm going to show you here first. I don't make the pocket on my table. I make the pocket on my heat press because I don't want to be moving this 47 different ways to Sunday, right? We don't want to be doing that. So I will come up and around. It seems like a little bit of work, but you know what? I would much rather put a little bit of effort into this than screwing this up, okay? So, on your heat press, what you're going to do, lay your image down. First, you're going to put your paper down because that's going to be key in this conversation, okay? You're going to then lay your image down. You're going to lay your substrate on top of that, okay? And then because you've lined everything up, you're going to lay this over the top, and then you're going to tape it down. If you are unsure if this is going to work, what you can do is tape this all together, okay? And again, I will do this because it's just me and it's dark in my shop, and normally I can see this stuff pretty good. Hold on. It will pay to have a light in your shop that you could do this with. Okay, there we go. So, you just want to line it up, okay? And if you want to cut up and around the head so that it lines up easier, absolutely go do whatever you feel is going to work best for you. Okay, we're going to tape. I'm not going to put the substrate in just yet. I'm creating a pocket, okay? So you got to create that pocket first. Okay, and then we're going to come around. Now I've created the pocket so it won't shift. I might even come up to the top a little bit and also put this in here, okay? So now I've created the pocket. I can now go in here and know successfully that I have got this lined up. You can go in, line her up. You could go in, you can even look, you can peek, right? Just move it up. Make sure you're on your substrate, okay? And there you go. So you can take a peek down in if you are worried, because you're not going to want to put tape on this. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it over on my heat press. Okay. Because I know I'm using some rich, deep red, I'm definitely going to want to make sure that I put, and because it's metal, I'm going to want to make sure I put butcher paper on the top. Don't forget that, because the red will bleed through the paper. Red is one of those colors, along with black, that will literally penetrate through the paper. Okay, so let's move on to the bigger camera for a second so y'all can see me. I'm going to turn it just a little bit. I just want to see if it's turned a little bit. Okay. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lay that down, right? So I've laid it down. I'm going to want to make sure it's in here centered the best that I can get it. Again, your girl adds a nice bleed to this. Okay? Check all your sides. Make sure you're tucked in here. Okay? Lay it down. Lay your image on top of it. Again, the pocket method is so that you can go in here and you have to fuss with it less. Okay? You're going to take your butcher paper. I just happen to have enough here. Fold it over or put another piece on top. Set your time for 75 with medium to firm pressure. Okay? The reason being is you got to penetrate the heat through the metal to get to the other side. Thankfully, metal is a great conductor so that it will take that heat really quickly. All right, here goes nothing. Let's see if I can do it right. Oh God, please just let it be right. Drop it like it's hot, because we know that it is. All right, so we are going to work on the sunflower. Again, the same idea for the sunflower. You're going to want to do the pocket method. Now, Marvin tends to be able to go like this. We're going to try his method. Because, you know, I'm going to screw things up. I might as well just do it. Go for it, right? Just go for it. Just go for it, Nick. I don't know how this man does it. I really don't. He's my hero. That's all I gotta say. So he will line this up and fold it. Let's see how well I did. Let's turn on the light. So I will take a ring light. It's hard to see because I have a ring light right here. And I can take, if you got a light box, you got a ring light, whatever you got, you can see if you have it lined up correctly. God, I hate this method. I'm not gonna lie, I hate this method. I don't know how he does it, because I am just not that good. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. That's harder than it looks. Oh! Cookies are done! No, sorry. Alright. Remind yourself, metal is hot. Okay? You need your fingerprints. Have you ever been just nervous about doing something? Yeah, that's where we're at. Okay. I love when it comes out perfect. I ain't gonna lie. Look it. Like, for reals. Can you guys see that? Holy hot Toledo. Here we go. I'll try to get a closer picture. You can, yes, you can cut it in through here. You can cut around it, wherever you want to cut it. However it works for you until you get really good with your method. This is hot, ain't gonna lie. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? That blue jay. You would not realize that the design was made for the cardinal. Okay, I made the design for the cardinal. All right, but I flipped it. I was like, oh, I wonder if I could fit a blue jay in there. And look it. I did a blue jay. Funny how that works. Okay, we're gonna let this cool for a hot second because this bad boy is hot. She's gotta sit over there. Woo, Nelly. Okay. The cardinal is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so we're gonna try Martha's. Marthin's. I said Marthin's. Marvin's. Sorry, Marvin. We're gonna try Marvin's method. All right. So you want to see, this is why you have to. If you don't mirror the image, not the words, if you don't mirror the image, it will not line up correctly, and I will get a message from you going, Nikki, it doesn't work. And I'll say, did you flip it over? Yep, that'll be where we're at. Okay. I have no idea if this is going to work, and this is giving me anxiety. Okay. He's saying I shouldn't have to tape it. I should be able just to do it like this, and it should work. I don't know who he thinks I am. I am not a genie. Okay. All right. Goodness gracious. Right? That is gorgeous. I'm hoping it's cooled off a little bit more. This is gorgeous. Like, I can't even. So I had a slight pressure issue. This is why I want to make sure you have medium to firm almost onto the firm side, because I didn't get a full, that was me. because I thought, so we'll see if it probably is going to happen on the other one too. So make sure you have really nice firm pressure on that, which is still, I mean, it kind of gives it a nice rustic look, so I'm not worried by it. All right. When I do these, I tie it through the first hole. Okay. You can use an embroidery needle to help you guide this, whatever you want to do, and then I knot it. Okay. So, first hole first. Okay. Got about 14 seconds. Then we're going to come up through. And then I go to the next hole. Now, what you decide, you might want to put like a piece of tape so that you know that you're, for an example, we'll do this. I know I want my loop to be a certain amount. Hold on. So I might want to put like a piece of tape. So every time I lay it down, it touches the top here. So I know how long I want this thread. So I don't have to constantly measure it. All right. So then you know it's got to come up through, but I'll show you. Just come up through. And I'm going to double it and I'll show you why in a second. And then I'll adjust it. So I'm going to come up through. Now, people will do it their own method. Again, that is up to them how they do it. This is, you know, to each their own. I'm going to come back through that hole. This is where that needle would probably come in handy because I'm not sure I'm going to get it through that hole. We'll see. We'll see if I can get it without using the tweezers. Probably going to have to use tweezers. But again, you guys know me. I make everything work in life. At least somehow. Right? So. Because I mushed it. I mushed it! Okay. So you're going to want to use that embroidery needle. Whatever it may be. You come up through. And then what I'm going to do is lock it. Okay? By doing this and coming up through, I'm kind of locking it so that when I come down through the next one, it will loop correctly, it hangs correctly. So I'm going to sit and do this really quick while you guys are watching. If I get quiet, it just means I'm concentrating. Okay, come through. Again, make sure that they're the same length. Come back through that hole again to kind of lock it. Okay. It'll still allow you to adjust these if you need to. Come through your next one. And then once you get through the whole thing, you're going to knot it. Okay. It's hard to do this. Have you ever, you know, your eyesight's getting bad when you literally have to go like this to it? Again, I keep checking to make sure that they're roughly the same height. Pull it to the side over here. I do not knot it. I do not. Do you know why? Because I can then adjust if I'm a little off. But I do not. Nope. I just loop it around. I do not knot it. It will hold pretty much in place where I need it to hold. Okay. Give me 1 second. I want to take that off the... You probably could fuse. I'm going to try that right now, Terry. That's a great question. I don't know. Whoa, hold up. Okay. Like I said, I probably needed more pressure. Yep, I needed more pressure. But that's okay. So you definitely want to put it on the firm pressure because I didn't have my pressure. But I got to tell you, the line-upping was not bad. I did really good on the line. Although the really weird pressure in this right now does look, you know, very nostalgic. But it's still pressed. That sunflower was gorgeous. So make sure you really get on the firm pressure, not medium, but firm pressure on this, the same way you do your wind spinners. Not a big deal. We're going to let this cool off. All right. Back to this. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not looking to the light. Let there be light. Seriously? Okay, that one's dead. Why is it always gotta grab the ones that die? And for those of you who have trouble with these, they do have an easy grip version that has a handle here, so you can go like this instead of trying to do this coordinated method that we seem to all wickedly fail at. All right. Let's seal this first because it's just being difficult. All right, let's keep going. Bring it up through. Oh, I love the sound of chimes. I wish I didn't love them as much as I did because it's kind of obsessive, really. I kind of get lost. Chimes to me say outdoors. Chimes to me say spring. Yes, you can heat seal these, and it makes it a little bit easier to thread it through. Thanks for the reminder on that, Miss Terry. There we go. Again, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pull, make sure that they're kind of all the same. Pull it up just a touch. Now they're all the same length, roughly. Okay, so why do I have an extra? If I've, oh, I know what I did. Okay, keep going, Nick. Just shut up. Keep going. Okay. Come up through. I don't know how it's going to work. I have 5, and I don't know what I did. That's interesting. I mean, I know what I did, but there's no, I got to go back through. Let me see what I just did wrong. You're all laughing at me. I know you are. But in my head, it works. In my head, it works for the 5 just fine. But that's okay. Y'all will figure it out. Oh, there we go. That's how. You dummy. Okay. So, last one. Let's see if I can get this correct. Because this is where we're going to fail rapidly. Now, Mel will go through and she'll tie each one to each loop. I don't know. I've never done it that way. Okay. You almost need the 7th hole. For my method, you need the 7th hole, okay? That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna come back up through this last hole and I'm just gonna tie it off. You know, you guys just deal with me crazy. So, for this, I'm pretty sure how Mel had it done was you tie it through each one. I just loop it. So, clearly I got this wrong. Because it works on the 5. I'm not sure why I'm not getting this to work on the 6. Because, you know what? It's Sunday and I'm teaching. So, we're going to come back through and I'm just going to knot it here. See if this still works. It should. Because why not? We'll see how this sits. Okay, come back through again. To each their own. You'll figure out your own way, trust me. Okay. Now, this little jobby, okay, is your jump ring. Now, your jump ring you can use for a variety of different things. Let's see if I can do it. Yep, okay. Take your jump ring, put it through the hole. Now, you could do multiple jump rings. She adds a lot of jump rings to it. You can also just add the hook. It really is just going to depend on what you want to do for you. So you can close this, put one jump ring. You can get like I said, you can have multiple jump rings. All I do is pull them apart, go to the next one, and because you can find out where the break is, just twist it open, add another, close it. Okay, you can use pliers. Absolutely you can. Okay, let's see where the hole is for this. There it is. All right. Just so you know, it did work, by the way. they're hanging fine. I know, I haven't seen the comments yet, so hold on. Now, again, you can, let me go to the main camera here. Now, you can definitely adjust these in the way that I've done it. Now, I know that Mel probably ties hers each individually because, you know, she's crazier than I am. That's what this all comes down to. The woman's just crazier than I am. All right? So, you could sit, these will work, these will, you could tie them so that they stay, and they probably will stay a little bit neater, maybe. Again, figure out your own method, but they have a nice presence to them. As you can see, you have the cardinal or the blue jay on one side and the cardinal on the other. I mean, they're absolutely stunning either way. You could definitely do different things for this. All right. How you decide to tie yours, but these are a lot easier to tie. Well, at least to see. So there you go. Love it. Okay, we're gonna try the other way. Let's try Mel's other way on this right here, because you know, why not? We got some time, right? Go big or go home. So it's $3.95 for 75 firm pressure. Not squish the hell out of me pressure, but pretty darn close. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna burn the ends off. Pull all this out. Pull this off. Whoops. There's a rubber band on here so you can untwist. We're gonna see if the other way works. I mean, I know it'll work. It's just, you know. So if you're looking for a premium wind chime to be able to, you know, upgrade. So remember, all of our stuff in life, there's the upgrade. So you get them in the door, you get some beautiful artwork and any of her wind chimes. So she has your standard, which happens to be the round, the paw print, and the 6-inch round. So there's a 3.5-inch round, and then there's a 6-inch round, and then there's a paw print. Then she has the next level, right? The next level happens to be the Lighthouse and the oval, which is on its way. So you end up with an oval and a Lighthouse in the medium level. And then in the premium, right? So for the premium package, these are all kits, remind you. Okay, so for the, just making sure my earrings are there. Funny story. Anywho, so in the premium package, you get the premium line. So you can choose from the sunflower, the flag, the bird, and the camper trailer. Now, what I decide to make them into designs is completely up to me, but that's at least where they'll start as. That's what they were meant to start as. And then once I get to them, and then Lord knows once I end up with the design team part of it, who knows what's going to happen. Okay, so let's flip this back over. So here's this, and what we're going to do is I want to decide how long it's going to be. Burn the ends, so it's a little bit easier. I don't want to have to tie it each time, but you know what? I guess I'm just being whiny. Alright, so feed this one through. Did you just see my brain derail? Because that's exactly what just happened. My brain just derailed. Did you just watch that? Because it totally just happened. All right. So, come up through here. All right. And because there's really no right or wrong way, let's just tie it. So, how do I want to tie this? You know, I know you guys are loving this. Watching me work through the process. I'm not the only one who works through processes. You know, we all do it. So, I'm going to come through and I'm just going to knot it, then I'll trim it. I don't know if this is going to work. I have no clue. I may hate this whole idea. Okay, let's see. Oh, that might work a little bit, and then I could tuck it in there. Oh, see, that might work a little better. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, you could. If you didn't do your knot. What, did you just see that? I saw that. Let's see if it'll work in what I'm thinking of. Okay, so I want to... I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to just try to... Okay. And then... I want to pull the knot down through there. So I need to come up through here. I don't know if this is going to work, so just bear with me. What I'm thinking is that I didn't burn the end of this one. No. What I'm thinking is I have it through this hole. Now let's burn the end because I'm going to need to. Please stay safe with your fire. Come up through here. See if I can't guide it up through this and then put the knot in. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Oop! Check that action out. Okay, now slide it up. If this works, I want props. That's all I'm saying. I just want props if this works. I'm not saying it's going to work, but this thread's going to make it a lot easier. Okay, let's knot it. No knot showing, sorry. Okay, so what I just did, because it was hard to see on camera, I threaded it and looped it through here, and then I threaded one side through here and guided it up through, then the other side through and guided it up through, so that when I pulled it through, I could knot it and slide the knot inside the tube. Okay, so now it will hang a little bit better. So you're going to want to pre-cut all of your string once you get to it, so that you don't end up with, let me get to the main camera. Okay, here's the difference of what I did. Here's my knot on the outside. Even if I decided to put the knot towards the back of the chime, hold on. Okay, yeah, you're not going to see the knot. That's fine. You won't see the knot, and yes, it does hang correctly, but this is also because it's super long. But you could also, if you wanted to, hide the knot inside the tube. So you could come through here, and however you decide to do this, again, you could put the knot to the back, wherever you decide, and if you want to, and you don't want the knot on the back, you could hide the knot inside the tube. Again, the knot inside the tube was just me feeding it through this first, then feeding it through this hole, and the tail coming out, and then feeding it through this hole, and the tail coming out. Then tying it and sticking it inside the tube. Okay? There you go. So, however you decide to do it is up to you. I will say, looking at this sits better. Do you see how this one sits? This one's not sitting as well if you put the knot inside. All right, so, and you don't want to add super glue or anything like that because I think it's going to change the sound of the chime. So this method does sit better with the knot behind it. Let me show you. Here's what it looks like from behind. So this is with the knot behind it, and this is with the knot inside the tube. You're going to want to see what sits better. For me, the knot does sit better on the back side of that. And I guess it's just kind of the nature of the beast that you're going to see it. So you would have to reside to the fact that you're going to see your knots. There's no real way of getting around it. And I think I would much rather them be on the back anyway than on the tube, because I think sticking off the side of the tube kind of looks weird. So I would definitely probably put the knot on the back if you're going to go with this method. Again, this might sit a little bit better if I had tied it a little shorter, but it's not. But again, once you get them all in there, I don't know how it's going to look, but that's a couple different ways to do it if you want. You could do it the way I did it and you'll loop it all the way through. Again, either way works in how you do it. So this one just happens to sit the straightest out of all the methods. Let me show you the other one. Well, I guess they both do. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the wrapped method around. Here's what it looks like with the individually knotted. This is the individually knotted, but it's in the tube. You have plenty of options to decide what you're going to do with it and how you're going to do it. Once you get your method, it makes it a lot easier for doing the rest of them. So sit and play with one and see if you can figure out how you want it to stick. This versus this versus this is completely up to you. Oh, it'll definitely, yeah. If you just use a simple knot, it will slide inside the tube. Yes, that's what I did. It was a simple knot and it slid right inside the tube. Mm-hmm. That's what I did. Oh, if you mean on the side instead of a double, maybe? Is that what you're talking about? Let me see. I gotta see what Patty's talking about. Okay, so we're gonna come up through here. So she's saying just use a simple knot. Well, I did a simple knot. Well, I did a double knot, so maybe that's not simple. So I did a simple, no, this is too thick because I just did a knot and it won't fit in that hole. So oh, right. That's what you did. Okay, so what Mel is saying for these extra jump rings, this is why she gave you extra jump rings. I had to remember this. Thanks, Mel. So because these are a heavier weight, you want to do a double jump ring on these. Instead of making the chain method, let me just show you what I mean. If I can open it, it'd be great. Okay, so we're going to put one through here, close it. You're going to take the other one. Find out where that knot is. There we go. Open it up. Okay, I'll open up both. Sorry, you got to open up both. Okay, so put them both through this hole. I forgot we talked about that, Mel. Okay, so what she's saying is this. Pretty much go in and hold on, I'm having issues. Take this and do a double jump ring on this. The reason being is these are heavier, so it's for more stability. Okay, and then go in and close your jump rings. I forgot about that little detail, and I just crossed them. Goodness gracious me. Okay, and then once you get them all closed, so you want the double jump ring on your chime. Okay, the double jump ring helps for the stability of this, absolutely, because these are heavier gauge. They are a little bit, you definitely know you got something, okay, when you have that. So the double knot that what you're talking about, or the single knot, will not fit through that hole. These holes are too big, and this is a single knot right here. This isn't doubled, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Let me check. Hold on, please. We're gonna see about it, Miss Patty. I think the twine's too, or the thread's too big. But you know what? I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try it out for you. Okay. So, what Patty is saying in the comment section over on Facebook is you should be able to just do a standard knot, and it should fit in the tube without having to do it the way I just did it. Okay. My thought is the knot's too big. So, my head's gonna get in the way, I'm sorry. Because I'm having issues with my fingers. Can you fuse it together? Sorry, I was having a thought. theory, you would think that that would work, Patty. But it doesn't. The knot's too big. And that's just a knot. That knot is too big to fit in that hole. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still too big. The thread is too big to fit through the hole. So you guys can do it however you want. That is completely up to you at that point. But all right, so it's completely up to you how you decide to knot it. You guys will figure out your method. But I just know that trying to get that through there is harder. Put the thread and knot inside like you did, but fold over the end. What? I'm trying. You know what? I don't normally answer your comments in this section because I just don't. On the inside like you did, but then fold it over the end through the sub part and slip through the chime. I have no idea. All I know is it will not fit through the hole. It won't fit through this hole. It will not fit through this hole. This guy right here was the only way that I could get it to fit inside the tube. You guys, again, will figure out what you need to do. I don't normally answer the questions in the comment section for this. So there you go. Each their own. I will sit and figure out how I'm going to do it. But I will just tell you that's the reason for the double jump rings is with this, to give it more stability. That's why she's added those jump rings. I believe you get 3. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll have to look at another package. Give me 1 second. Maybe 2. Okay, so you get 2. So put the 2 on there for the added stability, add your little thing, and then figure out how you're going to want to tie these down. Again, completely up to you how you decide to do it. Take your time doing it. You can burn the ends of that thread, but take your time, figure out your method, figure out what works for you, what works for your fingers, because not everybody has the same dexterity with their fingers. So that you guys are going to have to figure that out too. Again, completely up to you how you do it. All right. All right, while we take a break from Ryder Digital Works, that's where you can get the premium chimes. You can also get the medium level and the standard. You can get those all from ryderdigitalworks.com. You can also get designs for the premium that are currently out right now at the Sassy Subber on Etsy. So it's etsy.com/shop/the Sassy Subber. You could just type in the Sassy Subber in Etsy and you'll find my shop. For the other wind chimes, for the rounds and the paw prints currently, you can check out any one of our designers. They also have some designs as well. Now we're going to get to that portion of the show where I'm going to talk to you guys about the Impressions Expo that I went to in Atlantic City. I'm going to give you my review. I'm going to tell you if it was a 10 out of 10, but let me go grab the stuff that we got. All right, let me pull it all out here. This might not even be my bag. This might actually be my husband's bag. Yes, my husband went, and yes, my husband got good ones. We're going to talk to you about some of the vendors that I found. We're going to talk to you guys about some of the things, people I talked to. I got to meet some of the tribe members, which was a nice thing to do. Getting out all the fun stuff. Tell you what I think is kind of worth it. What I think that if you want to go to the next level of your business, what you should do. Just grabbing out all the paperwork. We're going to go through it. All right, here goes. The Impressions Expo 2022 was a sad representation of our industry altogether. It was a completely sad representation. I know we're just coming out of COVID, but it was small. I've been going to the show now for 4 years. I've been there 4 times, and of course the last 2 shows were small. I'm almost going to say it felt like it was smaller this year than it was even last year in August when we went. We only had two vendors there that did sublimation. We only had maybe 3 or 4 that did vinyl. We had about 3 or 4 screen printers. We had about 3 or 4 embroidery places, and then about 3 or 4 different shirt places. It was truly a sad show when it came to seeing and doing things. Now, let me say this though. That was just the representation of what we had there. So you got to get through the show within an hour. Within an hour, unless you had a definite thing that you're going to go for. For an example, tribe member Lisa and her husband Mark, they bought a new embroidery machine. Another one, right? So they went in with a purpose. Patty, another tribe member, she went in with a purpose. She was looking for tote bags. So when you go in looking for something and you have a purpose, you go in and you spend time talking to those vendors and you take the time. So then it adds on to where you're not there just an hour, you're there a little bit longer. One thing that Patty and I talked about, because her and I walked the show initially, was we took the time to look at vendors we might not necessarily have talked to. When you normally go into a big show, you have a purpose. You know exactly who you want to go to. You've mapped it out. But for this, because it was kind of a poor showing, we were just going to talk to everybody. We wanted to see what they had to offer. Maybe it was something we could add into our wheelhouse. Maybe it was something we could add to the tribe's wheelhouse. It just kind of was one of those things. So when I walked in, there was definitely screen printers, and I'm going to show you some things that I'm glad I got to walk away with, like this thing. This thing is the golden ticket. I swear to you, it really is. I managed to snag myself the Gildan shirt chart. That's right. I have 2 of those bad boys now. So there you go. One's going to get mailed to my sister. So this is the Gildan shirt chart. A lot of people will get these from Gildan and they will use it for the bleach to see which shirts bleach the best. As you can see, it is a full color, absolutely adorable. I mean, I gotta tell you, I love the little shirt look. So this is probably my favorite item that came out of there. So that's always a nice thing. They also have, it says the swatch. You can even look for it online and how it shows. So that was a really good find, I felt. We did come across 2 different types of companies that were basically great for outsourcing. So if you're a small company, don't want a lot of overhead, meaning you don't want to carry a lot of product, or there's product that you can't carry. One of them was awkwardstyles.com. They will do your artwork. This was their stuff. They will do all of the processing for you so that you don't have to. You can look them up, see what they have to offer. They did give us a catalog for that. I think this is theirs. Yes. So what this does is we sell it, they fulfill it. They're kind of like a fulfillment center, but they do garments that you can use, and they also have blankets in here, cups. They do have some other things. It does look like that as well. So they will pretty much produce it for you. All right. What's the pricing? No clue. You'd have to look it up. So that one came from awkwardstyles.com. If you're looking for an outsourcing, if you just don't have the availability or you just don't want to carry the overhead, that was one company. ASI was another one. They also are like a fulfillment center, if you will. You have to buy a certain minimum of different things, and then you can go off and sell it as your own. That was another one. I also tried out the screen. I abuse these screen print transfers. So I checked out, it is called TKO.com. TKO.com. They are a screen print transfer company. They were a little less than $613 when it came to the pricing of their full color, in a sense that $613 forces you to buy 75 full color. Whereas these guys are at 50 right now, and they're looking to drop it down to 35 in the future. They offer single color, full color. Here's what their full color looks like. Now, this has been a day since I've had it, so, you know, we'll see if the stretchability works. I wanted to do this test. I stretched it the day of the show when it was on hand, right after it came out of the press. Of course, you know, it's definitely stretchable when it's warm. Well, this has been sitting for 2 days, so let's see if there's any cracks. This is going to be the kicker of all kickers. Now, will somebody really stretch their shirt this far? No. No, they will not. But it will show at least the wearability. So here goes. We're going to see if I can crack the image. All right. I'm going to stretch the heck out of this. And I want to see if I can crack that full image. And I got to tell you, it takes a little bit. I mean, you're really going to have to fight with it. But did it crack it? No. Did it make it bubble just a little? Just a little. But you know what? Even if I'm fighting with the damn thing, I'm still not getting it to crack. All right, so that's a good thing. It's not cracking easily. They said about 50 plus washes these are good for. Let's try the front. I haven't tried the front yet. I haven't tried to stretch this front. This one was not stretched at all. And it does crack under extreme pressure. Okay, so there you go. Just like any other screen print transfer, you do exactly what I just did, and that was pull the living life out of it. You're going to get it cracked. Will it crack normally? No, because you're putting it on a person. It's not going to crack normally. So would this be something I'm going to use? Probably. I'll probably go and use them myself, because I'm not going to sit there and stretch the living heck out of it, right? But will it hold up to normal wear and tear? I have a feeling it will, so I'm going to order myself some. I'm going to do some test printing and pressing on it and see if I like them. The hand feel is definitely nice. I like the hand feel on their brand. So, you know what? It's worth trying out, worth looking for if you're into the whole screen print transfers and you need some. And they're taking new clients, where 613, last I heard, was not taking new clients. So tko.com would be the place to look. All right. Let's see. If you didn't see it, I brought my nerdy star with me. That's right. He got to travel with me, and I know there's some people who are like, oh my gosh, she's bringing this with her. There is a definite reason behind this, and it's more than just it being quirky. I am bringing this star with me because 11-year-old Adam, who is part of the embroidery nerd team, that is Jeff Fuller's son, made this little guy, right? I needed to have him. He is going to travel with me, and he's going to travel to all different states over the next year. And I want him to travel because I want to prove to Adam his little star can go anywhere, right? So he's 11 years old. He did this. He's an embroidery genius, by the way. Let me tell you, he can embroider better than some grown adults. So don't let it fool you. The boy can do it. He is the cutest little thing. I can't wait to send him. He does have a journal. You get to write about your adventures in the journal, and then you get to send it off to the next person. Once you are done with it, I will tell you who it goes off to. You just send him off, and off you go. So this little guy is going to go with me. I actually have two of them. One's traveling with me, and one's going to travel to the United States. But this was a project that I was doing for Adam, so he could see how far his star does go. So there's that. So I just wanted to take a break for that one. I love me the nerdy star. He is adorable. All right, I got to check out these. They are from Paragon. They are a dry fit type of shirt, and let me tell you, soft. I want to see if I can't find the one that I fell in love with. Let's see if I can put it on the, okay. This design I fell in love with. They are all sublimated. So, do you want to sublimate on these? No. Okay. Let's talk about that. No. You can sublimate on the ones that are like this in the cover, that have the white center, because you're not going to off-gas anything. You don't want to get the sleeves in there because it's sublimated. The sleeves are sublimated on there and then sewn together. So you're not going to want to do sublimation. You're definitely going to want to do like a screen print transfer or HTV on these, but they are a light, dry fit feel. I fell in love because they have this two-tone. It goes from ocean blue down to that teal blue. We all know those are my colors. So this in person is stunning. Very lightweight, very dry fit type of material. Let me show you another color that they had. Let's see if I can find it. They had a lot of different styles. They have a water pattern. They have ombre patterns in there. Super nice feel. What I liked about them is they go from kids all the way up to 6X, I believe is what he told me. Some are 4X. Let me see. Nope. All these are 4X. I know I thought he said 6. Oh, no, there's some that are 6X. So they do have some styles that go all the way up to 6X. That's pretty cool because that's probably the hardest size to find. And they have ladies. So they have kids, ladies, and all the way up to 6X. So if you're looking for a dry fit type, they have polos, they have regular shirts. Check out Paragon. That was a really cool shirt place to check out. So check them out. Again, if you're into the sports stuff and whatnot, Intensity by Soffe, Soffe. This is a great thing. This is from deltaapparel.com. These guys have a lot of the sports gear, so try out deltaapparel.com for that. All right, I also got to look at, and if you're... So there is a minimum. I'm not going to lie, there is a minimum. But if you are into the tie-dyed stuff and you're looking for kids and through adults, check out Atlantic Coast Cotton. Now, they are a little bit on the pricier side, so keep that in mind. Then when you can get, you know, your regular Dynamite. Well, this is the part that I wanted to show you. They create these colors in-house based on your needs. So if you have a school and you want to have athletic yellow, okay, the athletic gold, they'll make you an athletic gold. Maybe it's navy. They will custom do the colors based on your schools, which is a good sell. You do have to buy a minimum of these. I don't know if you can mix and match. You'd have to check them out to see what they could do, but I like the fact that they work with Sundog and they hand dye them to match your needs. So you might want to check out the Atlantic Coast Cotton if you're into that stuff as well. Let me see what other fun things I got myself into. Not only did I get to see the tribe, I got to see Lisa and Mark and Beth and Suzanne and Mel and Patricia and of course myself, Kevin, and Mel's son, Eric. We got to meet with the tribe, so that was nice. It was nice to see old friends and nice to be able to sit and chat with them. That was nice. So that part, obviously I loved that whole feature of it. But again, it was such a small show for, you know, the trip. And I had a 4-hour trip, so there's that as well. I purchase from them all the time. Awesome! Cool, Miriam. Other fun things I got. This cool pen. Cool keychain. Right? I got the ball that lights up. Because I'm like glitter. I'm like moth to a flame over here. So I have that. So lots of fun things that I did find that were not necessarily my normal things. I found other apparel vendors that I could use, so that was a great part. But do I give the whole trip a 10 out of 10? I give the 10 out of a 10 because I got to meet up with friends. That was truly more than a 10 out of 10. But the show itself, it got a sassy 5, if that. That part I wasn't overly thrilled with. I am looking forward to, this may be my last trip to Atlantic City for the impression show. My next impression show, hopefully, I say that in the most loving way, will be down in Orlando when I'm in Florida. So I get to compare shows. You know, that'll be cool. I've never been to another impression show anywhere else other than Atlantic City. So there is that as well. Hold on a second. How did I misspell it? Digital. Oh, I forgot the I in Ryder Digital Works. I forgot the I in Ryder Digital Works. I can go through and fix that on the website. So it's Ryder Digital. I forgot the I in digital. Patty was just telling me. I can go in and fix that. Give me 1 second for that little piece of information so I can fix that. Let's see. We can fix that live because I am just that good today. Did I do it right this time? I hope so. Whatever. It's ryderdigitalworks.com, so I do apologize if you try to copy and paste that link. This is what happens when Nikki doesn't have coffee and it's Sunday morning and I just come home from a business trip. That's what you're going to get. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Do you remember who had the pillow bands that were sublimated? Those came from JDS. So JDS was one of the only, that and Sub 101 were the only two sublimation vendors there. So JDS had the pillow bands. I kind of liked the pillow bands. You could use it for a pillow. You could probably put it on a chair too, like a kid's chair. That would be cool, like a rocking chair. Give that some thought. There's lots of cool things you could probably do with that pillow band. But that was a great question, Julie. All the stuff is now live on Ryder Digital Works, so if you head over there, let's get to that portion of the show that we call the rewind. Grab your cup of coffee, grab your notepad. I'm going to throw a lot of information at you, some things to think about too. Here we go. We talked about here about Ryder Digital Works. She has different styles of wind chimes, right? The wind chimes come in a variety of different levels, if you will. So there is the standard. The standard is a 3.5 round. You can also get the paw print and you can get a 6-inch round. They all come with the smaller tubes because they're a smaller item, right? Come with all the workings, all of this stuff. This was the first version, by the way. I didn't get the first version. Anywho, then you go up to the next level, which is pretty much her medium package, which is the Lighthouse and the oval, which is on its way. And it does have the smaller chimes for this. I have the wrong chimes in this package. They do have the smaller chimes because they are smaller. All right. So you have but they're made out of the new steel. So you have the standard package. You have the intermediate, which has the steel, and it's the Lighthouse and the oval, but they do come with the smaller chimes because they're smaller. Next, you have the premium level. In the premium level, you get these gorgeous beauties. So you can get, I cannot get over the red on this. I'm just sorry. I'm so distracted. All right. And they're making music. Okay. So these are made of the steel. They're double-sided, UV coated, right? Made in the USA. Not only is the metal powder coated and cut in the USA, it's cut by a veteran-owned company. Sold, Mel has exclusive rights to these shapes. All right, so these are exclusive to Ryder Digital Works. Small business, helping another small business is I got to jump in there and I got to make the designs for them. So you are really helping out a lot of small businesses, and we're just going to help you look fabulous. So here you go. Absolutely stunning, right? Love this one. And the Blue Jay, just to show you we could do it up a little differently. Then you have the sunflower, right, on either side. This does come blank. You can put your own wording in there. I will be adding different flowers and whatnot in the future. I just came back from a business trip. Cut this girl some slack. Okay, so there you go. You definitely want to use firm pressure, $3.95 for 75. Use the pocket method. Go back to the rewind and watch what the pocket method is and how it's best to do it that way. Why? Let me explain. Remember, when you press metal, one side then the other, it off gases. It's the nature of the beast. I don't care what metal you use, it will off gas again when it comes to double pressing it. So if you want to not end up with a dull side, use the pocket method. Perfect your method. I showed you 2 different ways of doing it. There's Marvin's way, there's Nikki's way, but there is no wrong way as long as you just do it, right? Make sure it's firm pressure. at 75 seconds for $3.95, okay? And then you're going to get a gorgeous, gorgeous one. So you have the sunflower, you have the bird, you have a hot mess sitting in front of me. You have the flag that I made into a, I'm missing one. I feel like I'm missing one. You have the flag, oh, and the trailer. So you have the camper. So we have the camper, we have the flag, we have the sunflower, we have the bird shape. We also have the lighthouse, and the oval is on its way, as I said. So lots of fun new chimes. Remember, these come as a kit, all right? And I want to break that down for you. I know a lot of you are going to look at it and you're going to say, hey, Nikki, that's a kit. I know. Well, if you head over to the Sassy Subber group, there's a code for those. So you get to get a code if you're in the part of the group that helps also cut down on the cost of them as well. But let me break down apples to oranges with you, okay? If you order something and you're gonna add stuff to it, you have to go around shopping for it. You have to gather all the materials. Sometimes you have to buy more than what you need because maybe you only have one or two or three, right? You have to look at it as she's done all the work for you. That is priceless in my book. She has found all the chimes that fit. She's made sure that the chimes are proportional to that chime, that, you know, that image. She's also made sure she's included the jump rings and the holder. Again, these are things that come with the kit. Now you're going to ask me, this was going to be the question everybody's going to ask me. At the price point she has the premiums at, you can easily, I've seen them, they're expensive. Start shopping around for custom chimes and you will see that we are easily in the price point of 40. You know, really think about it. You could definitely double that and sell them. They are that nice. So just make sure you perfect your method on how you tie them. Make sure that you package them really nice. Use a rubber band around your chimes when you're packaging so they don't get tangled with each other. Make sure that when you're offering them to your client, you're telling that there are custom images with custom wording. You can't get those pretty much anywhere, not in these beautiful shapes you can, where you can add your own customization. That's totally a game changer and an upsell. All right, so again, there's different price points when you go there. And for any of these chime sets that you want to get, you can head over to the Sassy Subber group and you can look in the featured section, find all the stuff about the vendors, and you will find the code for Ryder Digital Works. And you can use that when you purchase her chimes. So, that was a lot. We'll have those in Silhouette World for vinyl. You have what in Silhouette World? We have those in the Silhouette World for vinyl. What do you have in the Silhouette World for vinyl, Julie? You don't have these. These are custom shapes. These are custom made. You might guess, could you add vinyl? Sure, you could add vinyl if you want. But I'm going to sub mine. I'm not adding the vinyl. But these are custom to Ryder Digital Works for that. I think that's what you were talking about, Miss Julie. I have no idea. Let me go check over the comments over on the YouTube channel. Let's see. Yes, you can definitely get, SNS Activewear wasn't there, so we couldn't get the books. Let's see. That's perfect. Awesome. Let me also tell you about the new thing that's coming over to the Sassy Subber before I close out for the day. Oh! No, sorry, honey, not the pillow. Sorry, Julie and I got ourselves confused. Julie, yes, they came from JDS. No, yes, and you probably do have them in the vinyl world. Sorry, love, I thought you were talking about chimes too. All right, let me talk to you about a new thing that's coming over to the Sassy Subber group. As you guys know, I do Zoomy Friday nights. Friday night has been just a place where we all get together and we can all just kind of have cocktail hour, right? Where we can talk about our week, we could talk about the clients that drove us absolutely crazy, we could talk about all things business. Well, there's going to be a slight format change. And I'm super excited about this because it's going to allow for the different things that we're going to be doing here on the Sass. Don't worry, the Sass is never going away. It'll still be on Sundays. I'll still be teaching a crafty item here or there. Definitely all things sublimation, always showing you guys the newest things, giving you my opinions on all of that stuff. That still holds true. But what's going to start happening on Friday nights over in the Sassy Subber group only, you will be able to find out Zoomy Friday nights from 8 to 9, definitely, from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? I will be doing Zoomy Friday night teaching. So, for an example, this Friday night coming up, we're going to do problems in sublimation. Why? Because I might as well open it. It is my thing. So we're going to do problems in sublimation. You're going to come to the party. Do you have to show yourself on camera? No. But should you have a microphone so that I can hear you? Yes. When everybody comes in, you guys will get muted. You guys will have rules to the game. We're going to have teachers. Try to have teachers every week. I'm going to have people come in and teaching things like Corel. We're going to do a Photoshop class. We're going to be doing a silhouette class. We're going to be doing a Cricut class. We're going to be doing somebody asked for an infinity designer. We're going to work on those kind of things. Or I'm going to have people come in because I can't teach everything. I am not proficient in everything. I know where my limitations are, but I will definitely see if I can't have somebody come in and co-host with me and co-teach. This way it gives you a chance. I will post the topic or what we're going to be teaching about that week on a Monday. You will see a post like starting tomorrow. You're going to see the post. Tell me 5 things that that troubles you in sublimation, and then we'll talk about it that Friday. That's what's going to happen on the Mondays so that you guys can sit back and then I know what I'm supposed to be teaching instead of it kind of being a free-for-all. If the conversation goes past that 9 o'clock hour and we're into 9:30 and we're still going, we're going to keep going. I will stop it at about 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time because that's when happy hour starts. What is happy hour? Again, it's just that we get to let our hair down, we get to cut loose. But here's the kicker. While we are in teaching mode from 8 to 9, it will be recorded and it will only be available to the group to be able to go back and rewind and watch what we learned. But if you have questions and you want to be able to see me and ask me these questions, unlike what you could do here on the Sass, that is the place to go. It's just one more level of my stuff that I'm offering to my group and to the Sassy Subbers. So every Friday night between 8 and 9 definitely will be some sort of a teaching moment, learning. We're going to learn about the red light, green light method again. We're going to go over that. We're going to talk about different things in business. That will be the time to do that. So we'll come in and do your questions. Again, the topic of that Friday's Zoom will be posted on Monday morning. So you guys can go in and figure out if this is something you want to do. Again, it will be recorded. And then after we are done teaching, the recording stops. We get to let our hair down, go get ourselves a beverage, and do what we would like to do like we normally do on Zoomy Friday nights, and that's just chat, right? So if you want to come in and learn, please join me at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday nights over in the Sassy Subber group. I look forward to seeing you guys all there. Don't be afraid. It's really not that scary. Only Cheyenne's scary. That's it. She's the only scary one. No, I'm kidding. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that little new feature that we're going to be adding to the tribe. As always, thank you guys for joining me today, and thank you guys for supporting Ryder Digital Works. That's right. Go support Ryder Digital Works. The designs are already listed in my Etsy shop. I will be making more designs. I have a sister to catch up to. She has been designing her little heart out the last couple days, and that's over at True Digital Artistry. So make sure you check her shop out as well. Again, this week's a full week. We're going to be doing a lunchtime Sass this week, and we're going to be talking about those buckets and that you can get from our distributors. Next Sunday, we're going to be talking about My Sublime Designs. That's right. Next Sunday is My Sublime Designs, and I've got a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about. She's been talking already over in her group, over at My Sublime Designs, about the tier tray. We're going to go one step further. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. We're going to talk about some other day stuff as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys all next Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you find me. I don't care, just find me. I don't care how you get there, just do it. All right, I'll see you guys all later on the flip side. Have a great rest of your week. Toodles!